Hey everyone, in this video we are visiting Sibbald Point Provincial Park and it is our second time here, but we haven't been here for 3 years. So come along with us and see what the park is like now and what we get up to. Sibbald Point Provincial Park is in Georgina on the shores of Lake Simcoe and is only 1 hour from downtown Toronto. This park has about 600 campsites with electric and non-electric options in 10 campground areas, and there are 6 group campsites. The park is known for its beautiful sandy beach and huge day-use area, and it also has a reputation of being busy. After visiting on 2 weekends during the summer, 3 years apart, that was true on both visits. But our campground experience was peaceful, relaxing, and a completely different vibe than being at the beach. So we spent most of our time walking through the campground areas, hanging out at our site, and relaxing away from the crowds, which made it an enjoyable weekend for us. Plus, the drive took less than an hour, so it's always a plus for us to spend less time driving and more time camping. Already we're off to a much better start. When we came here 3 years ago, their systems were down for registering and checking in, so we had to wait for about 30 minutes in line. But on this visit, we're just driving right up to the gatehouse and we're going to be going right through. There's just a couple vehicles ahead of us. Check-in was actually very smooth here and didn't take long at all. When we got up to the gatehouse, she asked for our site number and our name, and because I already checked in online, she said we were good to go. So we got here at the perfect time and there is nobody else here at the water filling station. We actually pulled in the opposite way that you're supposed to because our water filling is on the other side. And last time when we came here, we ended up filling up in the 500s campground where they had another water filling spot. But this time we saw nobody over here, so we decided we might as well stop on the way. And while we're here, let's go take a look at the jump station. There is only one lane, and they do have a threaded hose over here. And it sounds like we've got some good water pressure happening here. Are you on the app to see if we're full?
I am. A very handy app. I kind of like that about this trailer.
We are all set up now and we are on site 538. I didn't realize it when I booked it because it was a last minute grab, that this site is absolutely massive and can actually accommodate huge trailers, and it's a pull through. So let me give you a quick tour. So this is where our site actually begins. And as you can see, it goes quite far back here. The electrical post is right there, which is super convenient. And then if I spin around this way, our fire pit is overlooking just forest. You can't see the neighbors over there either. And there's still more space over here for a vehicle. I have to say, this is so much nicer than I was anticipating, and compared to our first time here, we were on site 5:15, I think it was, and it looked right into the neighbors across from it, so this is a super nice site. I would definitely get it again.
In terms of cell reception, I would say this is probably not a great place to depend on cell signal. Rogers was better than Bell, but both are pretty weak if you don't have a cell phone booster.
Then it was time for one of many strolls through the campground to spot good sites for next time, and we started in the 500 section. Last time we were here, we didn't notice just how many massive pull-through sites there were and how private some of them were as well. Pretty much any site in the outer loops of the 500s campground were a thumbs up from us. But here's a look at sites 513 and 515, which are much smaller and less private. We actually had site 515 on our very first trip here. Then it was time to head back to the site, have a nice relaxing campfire, and enjoy a peaceful forest view with a brew. Good morning. I've finally made it outside, and my first activity is going to be making breakfast on our Blackstone, and have a bit of an experiment. This could go either way. Welcome to Cooking with Sara, where things may not be pretty, but they usually taste okay. I cut up some ham and red pepper and started to cook that down. Then I added some chopped cherry tomatoes. When it looked good, I added 2 eggs that I scrambled in and then seasoned it with garlic powder, salt and pepper, and a bit of hot sauce, which isn't shown here. Then I put my tortillas on the griddle, added cheese, and scooped some filling into each one to make a breakfast quesadilla. And here's the final product, which actually turned out pretty nicely. That one's a little crunchy. Alright, well, those breakfast quesadillas get 2 thumbs up, 1 from me and 1 from Alan. They were a little bit of work, but I think it was worth it overall. And now, because we've already been to this park before, we're still deciding what we want to get up to today. If you do want a full tour of the park, I'm going to link to my other video somewhere up here because I've already done it a couple of years ago, but if anything has changed, I will let you know in this video, but I'm not going to be doing a full park tour today. We decided to head over to the day use area and boat launch to see if we wanted to brave the crowds and set up at the beach, and it was already busy. If you do have a boat, this looked like a nice area to launch it. We stopped in at the park store to check out the merchandise, and like last time, it was a mix of souvenirs and some camping essentials. This store also has a restaurant, and you can get various hot food items and ice cream, so I'm pretty sure this place was busy all day long. Well, we're not okay. It's just before 11 o'clock and the beach is already absolutely packed here. The parking lot is packed. There are tents and umbrellas everywhere. It's going to be a very hot day, so looks like lots of people want to spend it at the beach. So if you are coming to Sibbald and want to do a beach day, I would recommend getting there pretty early so that you can have your pick of the spots, because it's about 11 o'clock now and the whole beach is almost covered with tents and umbrellas and people's full setups. It seems like people come here for the day and really just spend the entire day down at the beach. So like I said, get here early if you do want a good spot if you're coming on the weekend. If you want to beat the heat and escape some sun, you can always come and check out Eildon Hall while you're here. It's a little museum right on the property and is located down by the boat launch area. We decided to skip setting up the beach and head out of the park to explore the area instead. And this was the lineup on the way in while we were leaving at 11:15 a.m. on a Saturday. We ventured into Newmarket to try out Market Brewing Company. It was our first time here and it definitely did not disappoint. We especially enjoyed the welcoming committee, a friendly, fluffy guy named George. The beer was also quite delicious and I enjoyed all the picks on the flight. And don't let that one that looked like water fool you. That was a hard and fancy margarita, which is a hard seltzer, and it was delicious. Alan brought us to Hit the Spot Burgers and Fries, which is a food truck, and they have a wicked pickle poutine, and that's what I ordered, but only a small because we learned our lesson last time. So we're gonna give it a try and see how it compares to the last camping trip where we got the original dill pickle fries at Long Point, and we'll let you know how it goes. Here you can see the wicked pickle was a traditional poutine with gravy and cheese curds, plus chopped up deep fried dill pickles, and what we are pretty sure was sour cream. I would say it's right up there with the dill pickle fries we had at Long Point, and Alan said he liked this one even more. And apparently there are duck races happening this weekend on the river. Somebody just mentioned it when we pulled up here. Are you going to the duck races? And we had no idea what they were talking about, but now that we know, we just might take a look. We went over to High Street, which is where all the festivities were taking place. You could buy a duck to try and win the race and a prize. We got there right in time to see them release the ducks and then watch them go under the bridge to the finish line.
Ball 144, 145, and 146. Four, three, two, one.
Picking a winner.
After we watched the main event, we took a stroll back up the street, waved to the giant duck, and decided we probably needed a sweet treat. Conveniently, Cutie Pie's Baking Company was right there, so we decided to get some ice cream. They also had a bunch of other treats and cakes inside, and quite the variety of ice cream flavors. We got a scoop of the Moose Tracks and one of the Dockside Cappuccino, and both flavors were delicious. Well, it's pretty sweltering today. It feels about 41 degrees with the Humidex, so that is pretty hot. When we got back to the park after we were out, the parking lots were all full. So all of the beach parking lots were full. There was nowhere to park, and we decided that we weren't going to go to the beach. So we came back to the site. Alan hooked up the little hose back there and misted me. It's actually really refreshing. Don't miss me now. And he misted me, and that did really good. It helps cut the heat a little bit. And now we're going to head out and do some more walking around the park. It has cooled down a little bit, but it is still wicked hot out. And since we're here, we're gonna go check out the comfort station and just see if they're still nice like they were on our very first visit. Yep, they look pretty clean. And the washrooms are also pretty dated, but they are clean. The comfort station in the 900 section always seems to be super busy, and it was again on our way by now. There are huge lineups waiting for the showers, but yet we just passed our comfort station and there was not a single person there. So I would say the 500 section is better from that perspective itself. Made it to the amphitheater. We're just gonna stay here for a couple minutes because it's nice and shady and there's actually a bit of a breeze. No programming going on right now though. They may have something later. When we were here a couple years ago, they had a bats information presentation. Well, it is our final morning here, so we are just about to start packing up and heading on home. But before we do that, I did want to let you know what we thought of our second time here at Sibbald Point. I'm going to start with what I liked about this park, and I completely missed this on our first visit, and that's how nice the pull-through sites are here in the 500 section. I think we had a pull-through site on our first visit, but it was tiny and it was very open and looked right into our neighbors. But we have a beautiful site here, site 538. I nabbed it last minute and it's amazing. It actually might be the nicest site we've had all camping season at all of the parks we've been to. And it's actually located nearby some amenities and attractions, so it makes it a good park if you want to go out and do things. Another thing I like about this park is the beach area. It is really nice. It's just unfortunately very close to the city, which means it gets very busy because it's a beautiful beach area. So I would suggest coming during midweek potentially to get less of a crowd, but it's just a really nice beach. So I think it's going to draw people no matter when you visit, especially if the weather is nice. And that leads me to a negative, which is that this park is busy, and it was busy the last time we came here, and you may like that. We prefer to have less busy parks because we like the quiet and we like the nature sounds and not people and music. So that's just something that we don't prefer, but it's not a negative per se, it's just not our camping style. So if you do like crowds and you like to set up for the day at the beach and have music and barbecue and all of those things, this would be an excellent park for you. And because this park is so busy, the amenities down at the waterfront aren't necessarily the cleanest, and there is some garbage and the washrooms were dirty while we were down there. I didn't film because people were in there and I didn't want to film them. And so I would just say that on the weekends, it doesn't seem like it's the most clean place, but that's really difficult to keep up with when there are so many people here. On the flip side, our campground comfort station was very clean and kept very well, so I think it's just to do with the busyness of that section of the park. And two complaints I had from our previous trips still ring true today. The first one is that the main road is 40 kilometers an hour and there's no really safe way to walk on the road. There's no sidewalks or whatever. There's just like a little shoulder of grass and people go way faster than 40 down that road. So like I don't feel safe walking on there, and we did have to walk on it a little bit because the paths don't go all the way to the beach. And they still only have one dumping station. And for the number of sites and number of trailers that are here on weekends, I feel like they absolutely need to. Overall, we actually had a really great weekend here, despite it being rather busy. We spent most of our time in our campground, walking through the campgrounds, and we actually left the park to go do some activities, which was nice. I would definitely come back to this park in the future, but probably on the shoulder season, so early in the season and late in the season when it wouldn't be as busy at the beach area. I think it's a great location. For us, it's only an hour away, so I'm definitely going to be adding this to our list for future quick weekend getaways. Well, I hope you enjoyed coming along with us for our camping weekend here at Sibbald Point. And as always, if you liked the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because I have even more camping videos coming soon. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.